Good morning everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this video looks a little bit different to your eyes, well, it's because I'm using the camera that I first used 9 years ago to start my YouTube channel. I thought I would bring a little bit of nostalgia back into just this video today, and I can't wait to show you everything that I'm doing here in the homestead. I have a lot of little bits of chores to do, so let's get started. December 21st, 2016 is when I first made my very first video. I had a Canon camera, and this is what I'm using today. As I was going through all of my things, I found this old Canon camera, and I thought, what would it be like to use the camera in 2026? And I thought it was really neat because I like the old-fashioned way of living, and it kind of has the color of nostalgia. At least it does on my laptop. I don't have a cell phone, so I don't know what videos are like on a cell phone. Yes, you heard me correct. I do not own a cell phone. My husband has a track phone that we can't watch videos or anything on it. It's really old. So I'm just going to take your word for it if it looks a little different. But I thought, wow, what better way to bring back the old-fashioned way of living than to have a video back from the old-fashioned days. I know. Modern life has really changed in the last 9 years. And so even though this is still considered modern, 9 years ago, it makes a huge difference when it comes to social media. In fact, in 2015, I didn't even have the internet. In 2016, we got the internet, and soon after that, I started making YouTube videos. I didn't know anything about YouTube. I did know about Facebook, but I didn't know anything about the platform of making videos. Our son was making videos then and said that I should start it. But up until then, I had no idea about how to do that. And I was very secluded and sheltered life. I didn't really know much about anything online. Well, let's just say 9 years later, I've pretty much seen and heard it all. I think sometimes for me, I lose the ideas of what I had when I first started my channel. What we're doing now is I am creating a new gray water system. Now, I've had a lot of people email me wondering, how do I make this system? It's simple. You dig a hole. Now, you want to make a hole that drains really quickly. And so you want to have one that the water drains in the hole really quickly. You don't want the water stagnant. And so what you do is you get either a plastic container, like a plastic 5-gallon bucket, and what you're doing is you are creating this hole, and you're going to put the bucket in the hole, but you're also going to make sure that the bucket has a cracked bottom or no bottom at all. Those of you who really were focusing and watching what I was doing saw that I dug this hole and I have a trowel. Like, seriously? There was a trowel, a garden trowel there. When we moved in this property, the gentleman did not have trash service, and he buried everything. Like, we found a license, we found insurance cards, we found all kinds of things, and we found bed springs, and there was an old trowel, and it was just the bottom of it. And I'm going to keep that. I thought it was kind of neat. So when we do these projects, you never know what somebody has buried in the ground. Now what happens is this water immediately gets saturated by the ground, and that purifies the water, the same as a septic system. So that purifies the water, and it goes into the water table, and it's all clear and clean. I'm amazed at modern technology and how so much has changed. And even with cameras and with the 4K cameras and everything being mainstream and being very up to date with the software, sometimes we miss out a little bit on the old-fashioned ways. And I love the old black and white photographs and the tin plate photographs and the old ways of living. And I talk about living old ways, but I have modern equipment. But I thought, what it would be like to have equipment that's about 20 years old, see what it's like, and to do a whole video with this theme in mind. Alright, so I'm in the potting shed, and one thing I love about this camera is it takes wonderful video when it's dark, at night, and in the evening. So this is evening time for me, and normally this is a time that I can't really film a whole lot because there's not enough of lighting. But with this old camera, it seems like the nighttime comes to life, and so you're spending a little bit of the evening with me. I'm going to dictate a little bit this video for all of you, simply because the audio may not be as good. I am not sure, but that way I can explain to you a little bit what I'm doing, because it's a whole bunch of different things, and for some people who may be new on my channel, you'll have no idea exactly why I'm digging holes in the ground and all the different things that I like to do here. I'll be using this crock in some of my preserving recipes and videos in the coming summer, but for now we're just gonna have it like that. I'm gonna go ahead and plant the money plant. I'm just gonna put it in this container that we got from the grocery store and then put it in the greenhouse. I had a head of cabbage that I forgot all about, and it doesn't look very nice, but just gonna peel away some of these leaves, and I'm gonna use it in a soup for tomorrow. One day a week is pretty much a catch-up week, and that means I like to catch up. No, not ketchup, catch up. I like to catch up on some things that need to get done. And so many times people don't realize that when you see something that doesn't look very nice, like lettuce or cabbage, all you gotta do is peel the outer layers. Same with onions. And I'm just peeling a couple of these outer layers, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make this. So it's always odd jobs here on the homestead.